Good afternoon and welcome to Good Morning 30A. I'm Julie Brown.
And I'm Red Vizard.
We are coming to you today from the beautiful Henderson Park Inn in Destin.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Obviously a phenomenal day behind us. We will get to all the interesting parts of that in just a little bit. First, we have one of our favorite returning guests, John Morris from Chan's Wine World. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
John ran away for a while. We're glad that you're home. We missed you.
Yes, I missed you guys too.
I bet you did.
And this is lovely. This may not be Tuscany, but this is not bad.
It'll work.
It'll work.
Okay.
So speaking of Tuscany, you brought us wines mostly from Tuscany.
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's get started. I'm ready.
Tuscany arguably is one of the two most important wine regions of all of Italy. And it is clearly the most visited of all the wine regions because it's the epicenter for wine, food, and culture for all of Italy. And today we're going to taste three of the most important wines of the region. The first is a white, then a red, and then we're going to do a dessert wine.
Beautiful.
And there's something unique and interesting about each and every one of these wines. And we're going to start with an interesting white wine from Tuscany. The producer is called Toscolo. The wine is called Vernaccia di San Gimignano.
Say that quickly 3 times after you drink a bottle of it.
I don't think I can.
I don't think you could either.
But this is a very historic and important wine from the region. There is a wine pyramid wherein they rank wines under the classification system in Italy.
Which is what the bands are about, isn't that correct?
That's correct. This identifies its place of origin, so to speak. And this is in the apex of that, called the DOCG, and it was the very first wine in all of Italy to be elevated to DOCG status.
And so how many years have they been producing this wine then?
They've been producing this wine literally for probably an unknown period of time.
Okay.
It goes back really to almost biblical times that this wine has been produced.
And this would pair well with?
This would go very well with antipasti. It would go well with seafood dishes.
Delicious.
Or pasta dishes that have kind of a mushroom component to it. And I've even, actually one of my favorite pairings with this wine, it sounds a little different, I paired this very successfully one time with lobster fra diavolo because this wine has a very cooling characteristic to it, and it was a perfect foil to the little bit of the heat from the lobster. This is all about crisp apples, a little bit of light citrus, and kind of a creamy-like texture.
It is creamy.
Vernaccia di San Gimignano.
Now, you were letting me in on a little secret earlier. Somebody famous, this was their favorite wine.
Yes, and this is...
And who would that be?
This shows how ancient the origins of this wine. Legend holds, and I've verified this many, many times, that the wine that we're drinking, not this particular vintage, of course, was Michelangelo's favorite wine.
Wow.
So there you go. So that's back 5 or 6 years anyway.
Yes. So this may have helped him get through those paintings on the Sistine Chapel. He probably drank a little Vernaccia to help him.
How did he drink it upside down, though? That's what I want to know. So this is gorgeous.
It's a fun wine, easy drinking wine. This will retail. This particular bottle is about $16, but you can find Vernaccias that range from about $10 to the $20 range. Great starter course wines, very refreshing, excellent for our local cuisine, seafood and lighter dishes.
And obviously can be found at Chan's Wine World.
Yes,
right. Which is the point.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So what have we got? What have we got next?
Next,
I'm not rushing us here, but we're all good.
Another interesting bottle with an interesting story, right?
Yes.
Because we have a question as to what the rooster means.
Yes, indeed. This is a Chianti, or as what's the character on Silence of the Lambs? We pronounce it Chianti. With some fava beans.
I think he said Chianti.
Chianti with fava beans. Yes,
I think that was something about Earl or whatever.
Yeah, this would have been the choice. This is Quisabella is the producer. Chianti Classico.
Chianti Classico.
This wine, Vernaccia, was named for the grape and the place. Vernaccia from San Gimignano.
Okay.
This wine is named for the place, Chianti Classico.
Okay.
And the significance of the rooster, which is often misunderstood, people often think that it's not authentic Chianti unless it has the rooster. And that's only partially true. It's authentic Chianti Classico. Classico is the historic heart center of the wine producing region, arguably produces the best of the wines. And those of you that, both of you are too young to remember this, but back in the 60s and 70s, Chianti got a little bit of a bad name. You weren't born yet.
Right.
And they served it in these kind of ornate looking bottles, and they had the basket around it and so forth. And
not that we know that.
That was not a good thing. And matter of fact, you know what the Italians, actually the name of that bottle with the basket is called? It's called a fiasco. And it was a fiasco for the industry. So the leading producers wanted to overcome
good candle holders.
A little bit of an issue. Yes, it was good. It helped decorate the apartments.
Exactly right.
They wanted to try to overcome that, and although those lesser wines were made in accordance with the laws, they really weren't made to the true standards that they should be. So the various producers in the classical region got together and they formed a consortium of the Black Rooster, and they voluntarily agreed to make wines that were held to a much higher standard than was required by law. There's the significance of the Rooster. So it's an excellent question. So we'll try a little Chianti.
Absolutely.
Chianti Classico.
Chianti Classico.
We love when John comes to visit.
Yes, we do.
I bring toys. And I'm going to try.
What we're going to do is we're going to let him pour these, and we're going to take a little break and talk a little bit more with John. Before we go, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors. Santa Rosa Golf and Beach Club, which we are not broadcasting from today because we're here at the most amazing and beautiful Henderson Park Inn. Thank you. Let's get it right the first time, kids. Also, we arrived here by Sunshine Shuttle and Limousine, which I can never say. And don't forget Massage Envy. We're going that direction later.
30A Radio.
30A Radio.
Stick around. We'll let you know what our next class is like.